Hi, this is Sarah Martin, and today we're going to be talking about RN licensure, how to obtain, maintain, and prevent problems. So why are we talking about licensure? Why is it important to our profession, and why is it important for nurses to protect their license? We're going to look at all of these issues. First, we'll look at what licensure is and why it matters. Then we'll move on to requirements to obtain and maintain our license, causes for the loss of a nursing license, if and how they can be reinstated, and the impact of travel nursing and having licensure in multiple states. Why is RN licensure important? Nursing licenses are given by state governments. Granted, it is overseen by the Department of Health and the State Board of Nursing, but licensure is controlled by each state. It grants the registered nurse specific authority within the Nurse Practice Act of that state. Licensure does not distinguish the level of education, but it does make sure minimal requirements have been met. So diploma nurses, associate nurses, and bachelor prepared nurses all have the same licensure. The goal of licensure in the state is to protect the public and to regulate the profession. Obtaining RN licensure. All of us probably remember finishing nursing school and being excited that we were finished, and then realizing that we still had to take the NCLEX. The application is often assisted by the college or university that the student attends. There is a fee to sit the exam, and it is a nationalized test, therefore used in all 50 states. If it is not passed on the first attempt, it can be retaken. And the purpose of the NCLEX is to verify minimum competence and knowledge base. For licensure, there is also a criminal background check that must be completed and passed, again to protect the public. Maintaining RN licensure. Keeping contact information up to date with your State Board of Nursing allows for renewal notices to be mailed or emailed to you. There is a set time frame for renewals. Often it's 2 years. I know in Michigan for me it is 2 years. And licensure will be checked for complaints or disciplinary action, as the nurse is expected to comply with the state's Nurse Practice Act. And there's a total number of CE hours that must be completed as set by the individual states. CEs can be completed in a number of ways. They can be completed with online courses, home study programs, college courses that you attend, and often hospitals or healthcare organizations offer lectures or courses where CEs are offered as well. So look into your options there. There's multiple ways to obtain those. Many states require active employment as a nurse or professional nursing activity as well to maintain your license. Loss of licensure. We've already talked about the desire for each state board of nursing to protect the public, and it's for this reason that disciplinary action can be taken. Unprofessional conduct, incompetent practice, unethical practice, and criminal conviction can all lead to the loss of an RN license. Examples could range from fraud, substance abuse, neglect, felony conviction, unmanaged psychiatric illness, and assault, just to name a few. Disciplinary action can result in all or one of the following: reprimand, probation, restriction, suspension, and the revocation of your nursing license completely. Reinstatement of a license could be as simple as completing CEs and paying a fine for a late renewal, all the way to psychiatric evaluation. And now that we know that public safety is the goal, it's easy to come up with a list of possible requirements the state needs before reinstatement can take place. So let's look at a few of these. Affidavits are often requested, and what they're looking for is a verification of good moral character. Some states will even list the lack of moral character as a cause for disciplinary action or the reason for a license not being reinstated. Others include, but are not limited to, additional fees, completed community service, completed rehabilitation, additional CE hours, refresher courses depending on the time frame that the nurse went without a license, and remedial education depending on the cause of the disciplinary action. The website at the bottom of the page is for Michigan, michigan.gov/LARA, and that is our Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Most states have a website such as this where you can go to verify licensure and also file a complaint if necessary. Practicing in another state. Nurses who will be practicing in another state due to moving, travel, or work duties need to consider their licensure coverage. It is required that you have a license in each state in which you practice, and each state has different rules, so take the time to do your homework there. So let's look at a few variations with practicing in another state. Some states require that you have a separate licensure to practice within their state, and that is considered the single state model. It does give each state more control over their licensure process. The mutual recognition model incorporates the National Licensure Compact, or the NLC. There are currently 24 states who participate. This allows for RNs to have one license and practice in all participating states, and every state that does participate has to have specific legislation and administrative rules implementing the compact. There is continued concern by some regarding tracking of discipline and complaints, as well as the autonomy of each state in controlling their licensure process. Due to this and other causes, the ANA does not endorse the NLC at this time. The compact certainly does make it easier for nurses as their careers continue to expand and grow in diverse ways and locations, and gives more flexibility with where they can practice. The National Council of State Boards of Nursing link that's provided there at the bottom, or the website I should say that's provided there at the bottom, does give a list of all states that participate in the NLC. So although your nursing licensure may seem simple at first, when you start to look at the layers of regulation and protection and authority that it encompasses, it gets more complex. As nurses, we are part of a trusted and honored profession, and it's our responsibility to continue to live up to that standard. Our profession, our careers, our patients, and our licenses are ours to protect. So knowing the issues involved can be a powerful tool. References are listed here. Thank you.